Yeah. Welcome to Mind Over Matter. I'm your host, Deja, and today it's a very special episode because we have a very special guest. To my left of me, as you can see if you're watching on the visual I have on my YouTube channel, yeah, I have a guest. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hello world, my name is Greg, owner of Cow Clem, a lifestyle brand embodying the status of being your true self in its purest form. Follow me on Instagram at WhyUSonOfAGun, that's WhyYOUSONOFAGUN, and play that back if you lost track. But other than that, I'm here to be a part of this amazing podcast, Mind Over Matter, supporting my girl Deja.
Thank you. Well, I'm very excited to have you on this episode, Greg. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to be talking about how music affects your mood, the effects of music on women, and I'll also be talking about how music affects the youth. Is this rap, the new rap that's coming out, making this generation a little bit more dumb? And lastly, I'll be talking about just the misogynistic point of how rappers kind of, in a way, support having, a lot of females. Yeah, we're talking about all of that on this episode of Mind Over Matter, baby. So I know that when I'm listening to music, driving down the highway or something, and depending on the music, I feel like a certain vibe. Like if I'm listening to some, Pop Smoke, I'm driving a little faster, I'm driving a little bit more aggressive. Do you think that music affects your mood?
Yes, for sure, hands down.
Okay.
Because if I'm playing, I have like certain playlists. So I have a it's a party playlist, right? Mm-hmm. I'm driving fast, I'm dancing, I'm moving, mm-hmm. But I have it in the Fields playlist where I'm driving a lot slower. Like I'm driving the speed limit.
Yeah.
I'm relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely changes your mood. And in the morning when I wake up, I play like SZA. Because it's just like, she just gives a bright morning shine to your day with her music. But when I'm like at nighttime, I'm playing Pop Smoke, 50 Cent, like some very dark stuff. Because it's just like, at nighttime, that's, you feeling like...
Yeah, this. You're not waking up in the morning listening to rap, like a Dungeon Dragon.
Because that's crazy. You gotta listen. I mean, it's just starts your day off right. So whatever mood you're in, especially if you want to wake up in a good mood, you want to listen to good music. You don't want to listen to any gangster crazy stuff because now you're already angry at something.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
for you, it's like you build up your mood through your music. Like you start off real calm, your body's still waking up. You gotta soothe yourself into the day with your music.
Exactly. And sometimes like even quietness helps, but when it comes to music, like this morning I played it's called Missing You by Aaliyah, because I was missing my mom, so I played that song, so it all depends on how you feel and wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it really varies because what's happening is that not every day you're gonna feel the same. You got lots of going on in your life, so you play what you are in the mood for,
Okay. So
it's very, very erratic, especially if you don't, know what you're gonna wake up, how you're gonna wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
So
I went to a high school with a lot of kids that would listen to straight drill, straight hard Chicago drill rappers that will be just, very aggressive throughout the day. It'll be like 7:30 in the morning and these guys are listening to this music. Do you think it kind of psychologically make them more aggressive as people?
Yes, for sure. And especially it depends on who the individual, like, who's listening to the music. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people don't really know who they are. But they get who they are from the music, and they get easily influenced from it. So if I want to be aggressive, or like I want to feel like I'm a man, I'm gonna listen to the aggressive side of music. So that way, when I'm going through the day, I am that. You know.
Exactly.
Now, and then of course you're gonna get clowned on because maybe you like Frank Ocean, maybe you like the internet, maybe you like Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
You can't listen to that though in front of your people because you're gonna be, what do you call it? What's the term? Peer pressure.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it all depends, but music definitely does it to you.
Yeah. Because I feel like music is a very, very powerful thing that people take for granted, because I know that adults know the power of music. Adults definitely know that, I don't want my kid listening to this certain thing because they're listening to the lyrics. But us as younger people, we just like, this sounds lit. This is fun. Like, what? You don't know this song? You don't know WAP? And it's like, what are we really telling our subconscious? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because words are powerful.
Yes, I know that for a fact. Because it was a time when I was in my mom's car and I'm listening to, I don't know what year this was, but I'm listening to Pop Bottles by Lil Wayne. Like, start with straight shots
That's
and
a
then
tune.
pop bottles. Like, and then she looked at me, she's like, what are you singing? And I'm like, it's just what I liked, I would work out to 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, it's just what I liked.
Yeah.
And there was even one time when I wrote down lyrics because I wanted to be a rapper. And it was like, my mom found the lyrics and she was like, she told the whole family because it was very hardcore, very explicit. But it was what was in my subconscious and what I thought was cool. But it wasn't like I was gonna go out and start shooting people. Yeah. It was just what I liked, what inspired me. Yeah. So
You see, some people take it. They kind of get mixed up because when I say to my certain friends like, "Yo, music is really powerful and it can control your mood," some of them will be like, "No, it can't," just because they feel like when I say control their mood, they think that the lyrics is going to influence them to do what they're doing. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like it can make you more sad, it can make you more happy. People like X is known for their kind of like, their sad boy kind of vibe. Right. And I'm not saying that you're popping pills, and I'm not saying that you're doing everything in the song, but I'm saying like, are you okay? Like, why are you listening to this every day? Like,
that's true. That's true. That's really what it is. I feel like if you listen to that every day, that's a problem. Like, you obviously are going through something because your mood is what your mood is, and that it channels like what's going on in your life. So if you're constantly listening to that, you are probably feeling what that person in the song is feeling, because you kind of want to feel that someone's there in a sense with you. So if you're hurt, if you're happy, you want to be with an artist or listen to an artist that you can share that mood with. Like, a lot of people are in relationships these days and they go to Summer Walker, they go to SZA, like, I feel her. And that's why they go to that and they listen to that and they dive deep into that because that's who they relate to. But that's just what it is.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go on to the next question.
Okay.
So I'm kind of gonna like contradict myself with this next question, but whatever, I'm gonna still ask it.
Okay.
So do you feel that the lyrics in certain songs can influence someone to not be faithful to their significant other? Because a lot of times that we're listening to these rappers, males specifically, they're not talking about, I'm gonna put a ring on my girl. Some of them are, but 90% of them, it's not. It doesn't sound like, I want to wife her. It doesn't sound like that.
It's never like I want to wife her. It's with one person. It's like I got a wife and I got a, like what Rocket Flocka say, got a main and got a side chick. What else? A couple girlfriends. I'm so hood. Like, I'm so hood rich. It's like now you're rich. Now you're more of a human being because now you have all these side pieces and I got my main. I got this. I got that. Yeah. It's like no.
So you do agree that certain rap music can influence you to not be faithful to one person?
Yes, it's easily influential, but it like depends on, you gotta know who you are as a person too.
Exactly.
So but if you don't and you listen to that, like a lot of people they looking up to these rappers and these artists, they looking up to how I should be as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So if your idol, like people got different idols. If your idol is give me like a regular like Lil Wayne or something like that. If that's your idol, you obviously gonna be like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna listen to the lyrics and stuff like that. But if you know who you are as a person, you listen to that person say, I got this and I got that. I got a main. I got these side chicks. I'm good. Like you know, or it's just.
Yeah.
It's just how you take it. I mean, you put the pen to the paper and write these lyrics. It's who they are, in a sense, and it may not be who they are in the moment, but it's how they think.
Yeah.
You know. So
do you feel like music is dumbing down our generation?
For sure. Yes, for sure. Because now you have mumble rappers. Mm-hmm. Like I listen to a lot of Playboi Carti, and he's a mumble rapper. But now, sometimes when I speak, people can't even understand me. Like I have to pronunciate a lot more. Now, if I'm growing up in the early 2000s, listening to Jay-Z or Biggie or Nas,
they're expanding your vocabulary.
Exactly. Like they're saying things that words I've never even heard of. They rhyming things with things I've never heard of. It's like a whole rap thesaurus, you know. And then when it comes to Playboi Carti or Lil Uzi, they rhyming the same word with a different word. It's the same thing, and it's like what the word is at least 5 letters or less, you know.
What?
Like, what? Look, it's like for what? Yeah. Like
yeah.
So it's just what it is. That's just how it is. I feel like you gotta really pick up a book if you really wanna.
Yeah. And that's sad because hip hop was built on people being storytellers and people articulating themselves and people, you know, really knowing how to rap, not just catching a beat and having a sick beat.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why like producers are getting so much clout now because they make beats. Yeah. And rappers don't really want to rap anymore. Exactly. All they need is a nice beat. Yeah. And they're good. Now they're selling records. You know, they can say anything on the track. People don't even listen to the lyrics anymore. They listen to the beat. Yeah, definitely. That's why I feel like WAP, if it was on any other beat, people would have had more of a backlash towards it. But WAP, that beat is hard. You know, hoes in the house. Oh, yeah. That beat is hard. I probably listened to it once. And that beat is hard. Like, and then when you listen to the lyrics, it's funny because I don't know if you've seen the live video of Cardi B playing WAP, and then her daughter came in and she runs to turn off the song. You didn't see that video? No, I didn't see that. She almost breaks her neck trying to turn off the song. And it's like, wow. So like in her subconscious, she knows it's not right too. Yeah. But she does it for sales. Exactly. Because that's what people want to hear. But then at the end of the day, you gotta remember that the internet age restrictions isn't gonna stop these kids from knowing a mainstream song. If the song is on the radio, they're gonna definitely look it up and then see the real version. Especially TikTok for sure. Yeah. TikTok got all the explicit songs. Exactly. And my little sister has TikTok right now, and I went just last night. I went through all of her videos, and I'm hearing this and hearing that. I'm like, what? Like, and mind you, it's like she's playing Roblox. Yeah. With the music behind it. Yeah. Like, she's still being a kid, but she's still hearing this stuff also. Yeah. You know? I had an argument with my brother. He was like, yo, growing up, I had songs like My Neck, My Back, and he had a bunch of explicit songs. But the difference is these explicit songs, you will hear at a barbecue, or you'll hear from a car driving past. You wouldn't have these songs at your fingertips where you could hear it anytime you want. That's crazy. And it's like, yo, these kids are... They're getting... Because, like, there's no... When you say the kids, like, there's no real role models. Like, they don't know... Like, yes, there's your mom, there's your dad. That's cool. But they're all... Like, everyone is always curious. Yeah. So they're gonna know what's out there. Yeah. And once they find what's out there that they actually like, that's different. Oh, because now it's different, and now they think of it as cool. Because my parents are this way, but they're this way. Now they're talking like this, they're talking like that. I think that's cool. I'm gonna do that, and then they do it. But it's like, for me, when I was younger, I had like the Young Money album, like the first, I think it was first Young Money album with like little twists and all that extra stuff, like with original and with Drake. I think the hit song on that album was Bedrock.
Okay, alright.
So I had the actual CD. Okay. My dad took the CD away.
Wow.
Because I don't even know if
it had like a red background.
Yeah, it did. Like it was
like
black wallpaper on the front. And then Young Money, like it was like Nicki Minaj still had the cut, you know, the famous Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, the pink wig.
Yeah. Well, she had, I think it was black in that one. It was black.
But it was still like the
it was around that era because I definitely had Pink Friday as a CD too, and New Boys. But he took that one away, the Young Money one, because I don't even know if he actually played it. To be honest, I think he just saw that it was explicit. He knew who Lil Wayne was, and I just think he just took it because of that. But
but it still was way harder to hear that.
You know what's crazy though, right? I think since times changed, like before you couldn't, like when I had that, I downloaded it to my Xbox 360. And then when I'm playing games, I could listen to the music at the same time. So before, like if you wanted to hear a song on like a regular PlayStation 2 or whatever, you had to put the CD in. Nowadays you could play music and play games. Like, you could still be a kid but play games, and there's so much. I mean, you can still be a kid, play games, and listen to music at the same time. So it's very, very hard for us to like channel what the kids are doing now and listen to.
And even to that, I was never a gamer, but even the fact that I don't remember if you remember LimeWire or like the process of downloading one song, let alone a whole album, took hours.
Yep.
And it's like, all right, the music is so oversaturated now to the point where just a few seconds you have a song.
Or just around the block, there's a new rapper.
Exactly.
That you never know about.
So it says a lot about just the state of music.
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Why do you think that mumble rap is selling so much?
Because it's easy. Anyone can do it. It sounds good because it's on a good beat. Like these mumble rap producers, they have the top beats, you know, they make the best beats. And when it comes to mumble rapping, anybody could be a mumble rapper because it doesn't take much. Like it ties into like getting fast money, selling drugs, doing this. I want it now. I want to get it now. Yeah. I'm looking at Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi. Okay, I can sound like them too. Let me get a producer. Now let's make a song. Hopefully it gets popping. Now,
but not even on the artist standpoint, right? That it's easier for the artist. I mean, like us as the listener. Why is it that we're supporting this so much? Is it really because the beat is that hard?
I just think it is. Because, and you know, when you play a Lil Uzi or Playboi Carti or anybody that's a mumble rapper, you're not really getting, you know what you're expecting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you turn it on because that's what I expect. So I'm going to listen to it. And as a listener, I like it because mainly it's the beat, and it's not even, and it's not about like what they're saying. It's about how they're saying it. You know, like Drake had. I mean, he's not a mumble rapper at all, but he had a ghostwriter. Yeah, which broke my heart. But it like, and you heard the ghostwriter actually rapping the same thing that he was rapping, but Drake just sounded a whole lot better saying it. So if you are a mumble rapper, it's not like a knock to you. It's more like, you have to be good at doing it. You have to, like Playboi Carti, like Tyler Creator said that Playboi Carti is very melodic. Like, I think it was either him or Solange, but with his voice, it's very, they actually did a whole like research and study on his voice itself. Like how it's an instrument when it comes to beats. You know what I'm saying?
He has that voice.
Yeah, exactly. So like he could be put on like Solange, Almeida, or Tyler the Creator. What's that song? I don't really know. Earthquake. Yeah. So
I was thinking that.
So it's like he can be on different songs and make it a hit, you know? Yeah. So
versatile.
So like it's a very you can be in it, but you have to be very good to stand out.
Yeah. Same thing with Pop Smoke. He was a very versatile in a way. He was on Tamia, So Into You. He took that as a, you know.
He sampled it, I think.
He sampled it, that's what it's called. He sampled that. Yeah. And at the same time, he's doing some.
Yeah.
Bow, all of that. So, it's a good segue. Do you think that rap music is making women less feminine? Because, like, is it a turn off to you if you see a girl, like, holding her crotch, doing the, you know, slide?
It's not really, because it's like, for me, rap isn't like supposed to make you feel a way, like feel less of what you are. It's just make you it just sets a tone of how you feel or what you do in the moment.
Yeah.
So if a rap doesn't necessarily, it's not really making a female less feminine. It's just like if she's gonna hear some gangster, then she's gonna be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? But and when you say less feminine, I mean that ties into like what people think a female should be and how they should act. You know?
That was a great answer.
So no, it's not really making them less feminine.
Yeah.
Because honestly, females they are who they are.
Yeah.
Like they could be hood, gangster, I wanna fight.
Yeah.
She's still a female. Like, you know?
Definitely.
So but you know, obviously it's really the men who was like being the main judges of like what's going on. Yeah. Like, oh, you shouldn't be listening to that. Why you listening to Pop Smoke? Why you listening to what's the other guy? All the drill rappers. Like what's his name? Lil Durk. Stuff like that.
But Lil Durk,
but he be in his, you know, he be singing some songs. But that's the thing of like a lot of rappers, they have two sides of themselves. So
yeah, exactly.
And that just ties into females and males. We all have two sides of ourselves. Yeah. So
that's true.
That's just what we are.
Yeah. We can't be just fully one way.
So my answer is no. It doesn't.
Yeah. Good answer. Well.
But I usually have not talked though. Like, what's your answer?
No, I was just listening to what you have to say, but I definitely agree with you. It doesn't make us any less feminine because you can't just categorize a female as being one way. But at the same time, I do think the message is a little different in the music, which is interesting because in the 90s, I'd never heard of a female rapping about guns or holding her nigga gun or kind of like extorting males in a way. Yeah. Like, I need somebody that could, you know, pay for this, pay for that. Yeah. Swipe these visas. Like, you know, and it's like a whole movement now. And I'm just like, it's interesting to see just the messaging, how it's changed and how the message they're trying to put out. Because there's really people out here that live in this fantasy world where they think a 20-something-year-old is going to buy you a Birkin bag. And I'm just like, wow, this music is really powerful. You really think your man is going to put that's a down payment on a house. It's like $20,000 to $40,000 for a Birkin bag.
That's
just tuition. That's you could do so much things with that, and it's like, wow.
That just taught, like you just said, you just did like what it was in the 90s versus now. It's like society has changed. Like it's almost like if it's a business, I'm gonna give them what's out in the market now.
Yeah, but at the same time, society hasn't changed that much since the 90s. Visually, yes. Visually, yes, but the way we're thinking...
Yeah, so I'm saying, thinking, you don't think it changed?
It definitely hasn't changed that much. I don't think it changed that much. I feel like, obviously, aesthetically, it looks different. Yeah. We have, you know, digital era, all of that. Yeah. But in terms of, like, the way we think, I don't think it's that much different.
It's almost like this is kind of like when you want a man to buy you a Birkin, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost like being a I don't know, like a escort in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, but it's mainstream now, so it's okay to be that way. You can be an escort. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily like it's not your title, but you can move like that. Yeah. You can have men buy you things and do this and fly you out. Mm-hmm. You know, it's so easy. It's like you know, I think that's why I feel society is changing now. I mean, not I can't even say change. You're right though. Yes, you're right. It's like a different look on it. Yeah. But it's been happening for so long. But now it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool now, and
now that it's cool, it looks like we have a different way of thinking. But it's never really a different way of thinking. It's just now that people are being fooled into thinking this is a lifestyle and this is actually a realistic lifestyle. Yeah.
And it shouldn't be. I mean, but honestly, like, and it ties into what, like I said earlier, like if it comes easy, everybody wants it.
Yeah. Like in the 90s, when you look at your typical, you know, urban girl who would listen to, you know, rap music, she typically didn't wear that much makeup. She was very. She wasn't very flamboyant with her dressing. Her dressing was very like kind of
like Nia Long and
like a Nia Long kind of style. Exactly. Or like, you know, like a Hillary Banks if she wanted to get a little fancy.
Yeah.
And now when you look at like women in this generation, it's more long eyelashes, long nails.
What's the movie with what you call it? What is her name? Starts with an H. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
What's the movie with her and that girl?
Catwoman? No.
No, she was like had the long nails and the hair.
Oh, with the white man?
I don't know. It was. She was with she actually did RP to her. Her co-star she just recently died, but her co-star, it's Bat. The movie Bat.
I don't know that movie.
You never saw that movie Bat?
Bat.
Bat. I gotta show you Halle Berry in Bat.
Like a Cardi B-esque.
Yes. Before Cardi B. This is. I mean, it's kind of outlandish, but.
Oh, yeah. I do know that movie. Yeah. It's just, I never knew the name of it.
It's Babs.
Bat. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. And that look kind of emerged early 2000s-ish? Or would you say 90s? What would you say?
When that started happening? Yeah. I would say...
90s?
Not even 90, like, I would say not
early
even...
2000s?
Not even that. I feel like it was like halfway. Like when was Little Kim? Little Kim.
Oh, like
because Little Kim was that. And I'm pretty sure that was like Junior Mafia, so that had to be mid '90s.
Mid '90s.
And everybody started dressing like that because you know people follow the trends. I think, and I feel like the artists and the music at the time they set the trends. Yeah. So like then it was Little Kim. Then the cool girl look started at Aaliyah, or maybe even before that.
Or like Lauryn Hill. No, it was like Lauryn Hill, Aaliyah. Yeah. Oh yeah, even MC Lyte. Yeah. It was before that.
And
like the Tommy Hilfiger oversized clothing.
Yep.
But that's the power of music.
It's everything.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like our ideas change. It's just the messaging they're pushing out now and promoting isn't as conscious as it used to be. It's more, I need a nigga with 5-6 figures, you know.
Yeah. And it's not only like artists aren't really they're the stars, but there's so many avenues of where you can be a star like that, like Arrogant Tay. I don't even follow him, but people post him so much.
Sounds familiar.
He's Nicki Minaj's hairstylist. He's everybody's hairstylist.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So what's G Herbo's baby mother? Kyle's her Instagram name. But yeah. But this is what's
sister. Kyle's sister.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
But that in itself, it's just these people are also laying the foundation of what you should look like, how you should dress, like the whole.
Because I got this rapper, you should follow what I'm doing.
Yep, because if you want to get a rapper, or anybody with money,
Like you said, everything is about knowing yourself at the end of the day, because it's also like people that are very like, naturally beautiful, and they know they don't have to be anything outside of themselves.
And it's like, in music, it's all on. Like you only access it through social media, or like do different anything in your phone, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever the case may be. It's so accessible. So, and even if you're going to promote it, you go to social media, and not a lot of people really watch TV anymore or pick up a book. They go straight to their phone because it's easy access.
Yeah.
So if I can easily see people who I like and want to be like, I'm going to go there to that location every time.
Yeah.
Like I get how I think and who I am from YouTube a lot. Like my mentors I've never met before in my life. Like my mentor, and I call them like Warren Buffett, like Virgil Abloh, Kanye West, who else? Even like the guy that I was the podcast guy.
Yeah.
His name's Jesse Lee Peterson, but we ain't gonna get into all that, but it's just like a bunch of different identities that I wanted to be like in one. Like, and I always looked up to my dad too. Like he's a hard worker, and he's actually like a preacher himself. Like he's into the word and everything else. Like I'm a Christian too, but I'm not like heavily in the word.
Yeah, he's a preacher.
He's a preacher, but I feel like the word and God and everything else is inside of us. Yeah. So like I always. I knew at an early age I needed to have a role model, but I knew rappers weren't it because that's not what I wanted to be, And I didn't even know them, and like you don't really. I feel like it's easy to know people's rappers, especially or artists, especially lives a lot more now than before because I don't know, early 2000s. I don't even know if YouTube was popping.
It definitely started 08. Like 08
like Soulja Boy. That was when he,
That was definitely 08.
So, it's never been as accessible now. I don't know what it is, but it's just I feel like it's very, very easy to not get influenced and have a role model and have a mentor because there's so many videos of them talking and having these interviews about how they think, how you should be.
So do you think that to be successful, you will have to like sell yourself to industry to a certain extent? Like to be mainstream successful? Or do you think you could do it organically?
I think you can do both. But one is more toxic than the other. Okay. Like, you sell yourself, you sell your soul for money. Like, that's good, do you, Because, like, you're trying to set up a foundation for your family or whatever. Like, the first person I think of, I mean, this is an athlete, but it's more like...
Still the contract that you have to sign this contract.
Exactly. Yeah, like LeBron James is a prime example of just building off of everything. Like, his whole conspiracy is like, oh, he's connected to the Rock Nation, Jay-Z, and they have the whole Illuminati and all that extra stuff, right? But I'm not saying he sold his soul, but it's just like, you get to that level of fame, that level of popularity, that level of money to where you can do certain things,
And you get in new agreements because they know your influence and they're like, oh, okay.
And like,
do this.
Yeah. And
give you this money.
In terms of your role models, it's more accessible to know who you should follow because we have a lot of, especially on YouTube, where you don't have to meet these people in real life, but you can be influenced and then follow what they do. You don't have to have a physical one-on-one conversation and go out on like on a dinner and network with them. No, because you're not working straight from your television now. So once you build that you know, rapport in a sense is watching more content of what they're making. You know, that's how you get more information. Like I learned, and this is another thing too. Like a lot of people buy different cars, new cars, because I got the Mercedes and I'm good. Like there's this girl who I like, but she didn't. But she like guys with cars, like you know, like material stuff. And I learned from Warren Buffett. He had a car. He had the same car for most of his life. You know, and it's like
says a lot.
Yeah, and he's one of the richest men in the world. So it just depends on who you follow and what you, because in my opinion, you can't be successful if you don't have successful people around you or in your ear or in your head or in front of you that you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll still be in the same people, you know, around the same people in the same neighborhood. That's why you see so many people be in the same neighborhood for years, never grow. Yeah. Because they still, you know, all they know is what they know.
That's the whole thing of like what Mind Over Matter is built on. It's not letting the external world affect how you feel internally. And that takes a lot of discipline, because a lot of people fall into the illusion that they have to be like everybody around them. They have to, you know, they have to subscribe to these certain ideas and beliefs. And then they fail to like actually think for themselves and actually reflect on themselves as an individual, and they become a part of that environment, and they become just, you know, another statistic. And that's like the whole idea, like you are yourself, like mind over matter. Like,
and that's why like I feel like that's why YouTube is such a big place, because like I told you earlier, my opinions changed drastically, but my opinions changed because of YouTube. Like, and I'm able to see different sides of things to where I can have my own opinion now. Like I can weed out what I don't really agree with, but I can bring in what I do.
But I don't think your opinions change because of YouTube. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is an algorithm that is there to like for your preferences. So what you prefer is what you're gonna click on. So at the end of the day, it's your own willpower that's gonna tell you to click on this. You know what I mean?
That's also true. Yes, that's actually right. Because I don't think I would have found the people I found if I wasn't who I was and who I was.
Exactly.
You know? So I was able to find them and then be like, okay, this is cool. Now that's a very good point about the whole algorithm thing. Because if I love, this is my it's not what I do like actively do, but if like my sister or my professor was to log into their YouTube account by mistake or whatever, and I see their videos, I can automatically tell who you are as a person from your YouTube videos or your recommended. You know, so that you're very right on about that. That's so true. I never thought about that like that. That's crazy.
It's very powerful. I don't know if you watched The Social Dilemma.
No, is it a show?
It's like a documentary.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I know it sounded familiar. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I saw it. That's crazy.
It's deep.
It's
deep, but like, there's just a lot to go into right now.
It's the reason why you're on Instagram for so long.
Exactly.
But but my point about the whole YouTube thing was that's why I was like, you gotta put your stuff on YouTube though, because that's how people who think like us will have an avenue to where they can go to watch and see. Okay, I'm not crazy. Like, I know I'm different. I don't want to be like my friends. Here you are, and you're saving them in a sense.
Because you encourage me to definitely post. What I have.
Because people need this. You know, like it's especially now. Especially with the whole how social media is and how the news is, and you know it's biased, and there's so many people out there who are questioning things as well. And they're also in their head, they're depressed, they're like, I don't know if I can do this, they think they're crazy, they think all these thoughts. And it's not really anything. Like, there's someone out there who believes the same thing that you believe. As soon as you find them in the YouTube algorithm, and if that individual is actually curious about finding their way, they will find you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta get yourself up there.
I am.
And I'll help you out. Like I said, I'll help you out. I don't mind it. Like I will help you out.
Nah, but I want to wrap this up. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
This was a great episode. I had it was so enlightening. Just the topics, just hearing your perspective and your side of things.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, you want to shout yourself out one more time?
Yeah. So my name is Greg, owner of Cop Clem. And my Instagram is why you son of gun Sheen, why you son of gun. So like WHYYOUSONOFAGUN. All right, it's Mind Over Matter, baby. That was good. Yeah. Hopefully I was recording.
So hopefully.